guys, Mopar for life. Welcome to the channel. It's kind of late in the day on this sunny California afternoon. Late afternoon, I would call it. Been a little busy, so I thought I'd get in here and like I said, provide you that update every 7 days on how my potatoes are doing. The potatoes in question here are, with a plant date of March 27th, they are my mini red potatoes from Trader Joe's, otherwise known as baby red potatoes. Last update I gave was, I believe, on the 22nd of April 2020. So check them out now. They have grown above their hills. I knew I should have made them hills a little bit larger, or a little bit taller, because they've done their damage and they've outgrown them like nothing. I look at them right now, I don't see any major problems or anything like that with them with this update, other than I know there are some earwigs and other types of bugs in here, like aphids and stuff like that, that have been attacking, but I've been counterattacking with some neem oil, spraying the top side, underside of the leaves and everything like that. And then beetles, obviously, little black beetles that have been coming and going. I don't know if the neem oil is really doing its job, but it seems to be, but I couldn't be 100% sure. But this is today's update. Let me get a little measurement on these really quick. I got my handy little drywall ruler here, and then we'll go ahead and just put it right there. So these were about 3 or 4 inches under the hill last time out, and they have pretty much grown about 6, I would say about 5 inches above the hill. Now with most of these plants here, especially that one over there, which is growing, that one right there, which is growing really fast. So today's update, I'm pretty much going to stack these hills a little taller, try to just cover up a lot of that stem. I don't know if I'll be able to cover up most of the leaves, if that or not, but I'll do my best to try and get this going. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill a bucket up with some dirt, soil, and start putting that dirt on there. My handy old soil over there. Let's do this. All right, so I got my handy old bucket right here. And like I said, it's for the past week, it's been pretty sunny. A lot of my plants are growing out of control. Having a little hard time to keep up with them, with everything growing actually. But I do have timeline pictures that I can show you. So I got my first bucket here. Let's go put it in. And as you can see, a lot of my other plants are growing. My onions, especially the red onion here that I've had from since pretty much one of the first plants that I put into this bed here, actually overall. So it's doing its due diligence. And then my potato plants right in the hills here in my herb garden are pretty much going out of control too. Although these are also fingerling style potatoes. They aren't Trader Joe's, but they sure are showing their strength right now. Back to the baby red potatoes here. I'm gonna take that first bucket, start spreading it all around, start pushing up these hills. That way we can start a new growing process. All right, so I got my first bucket here, and all I'm gonna do is just pretty much just dump it out. Just string it along the center of this center of the plants here, because I'm gonna start stacking up those hills. Like I said, I'm gonna need about 3 buckets to do this, but I'll get them going right now. And all I do is just push them mounds up, as so, over these plants. Trying to get as much of them covered as possible. Like I said, I may need to stack more boards around here to keep the dirt, you know, held in, because this bed is kind of short, but I'll do my best today, you know, to show some progress. So, like I said, I'm going to need about a couple more buckets to do this, but I want these hills to be tall. Taller the hills, the more potatoes, the more yield. I mean, that's what I believe. Like I said, I'm a first-time newbie to all this, so I mean, what could I possibly know? But I have been doing a lot of watching on YouTube and stuff like that, a lot of research. So I know to get these hills pretty tall. So here's that first hill. You know, they're getting up there. As you can see, I'll go ahead and grab another bucket. All right, so I'm coming in the second bucket here, and same thing, same process. Just pour it on in. Pour it on in. Get them going up. Start forming them hills. Got my third bucket here, pouring it right in. Remember, if this is content you like to follow what other people are doing around the country, especially with their garden and everything going on right now during this pandemic. You know, it just makes sense to see how other people are coping with certain types of situations in different parts of the country. But, you know, it's always good to be prepared, knowing that things are uncertain right now. I'll get these hills going a little bit higher. Things are very uncertain right now, so you have to kind of, you know, prepare, you know, for the worst. I know it's hard to say that, but you kind of just got to do it. Don't worry about, you know, what happens later. So I'm getting these hills pretty high. I'm gonna need those boards for sure. So I got one plant practically covered, as you can see, and I might go for a fourth bucket. I just might. But there we go. There we go. So you're catching on to a new gardener here. If you are, then thank you for following. And like I said, if you like this content, you're following me since day one. And if you haven't seen my other videos on this specific plant bed right here, these baby red potatoes that I purchased from my local store, Trader Joe's, then I say go look back at the video and see how I started from day one. And there wasn't really much to it. It was just pretty much, I created this bed, you know, the potatoes were already seeded. They already had the eyes growing on them. I dug some holes, dropped the potatoes in on March 27th, and they grew up. And I've just been following this same sequence. Let them come through the soil, throw some dirt on, build some hills, and then pretty much it. Nothing really much to it. So if you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notifications icon to follow. Definitely hit the like button if this is something you're into. It helps me out. It helps my followers out. You know, I'm not not the best person to provide the best content, but you know what? You get the gist of it. We all like to see new things happening, so I think, you know what I mean? I think I might go for one more bucket. With that being said, so I'll add one more bucket to this, and then I'll take a snapshot and remember what it looks like right now, because, or when I put that fourth bucket on, because you're going to see the changes evolve over time until we get towards harvest about a couple months from now. So one more bucket. All right, my fault again. My generator ended up going off, making that noise again. But I'm putting this fourth bucket down. I'm gonna try to stack, this dirt as high as I can. That way, you guys can see some sort of progress up until the next update. That next update's going to be Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2020, and hopefully, I can go ahead and install some boards at that time around this raised bed. That way, I can add some more dirt in during that update and not have it fall out, because as you can see here, I'm putting this dirt as high as I possibly can right now. I don't think I can put it any higher without it just coming out. And what I like to do when I stack this dirt really high like this is, when I'm finished, I like to give it a good soaking. That way I give this fresh dirt some nourishment, and also help these plants, get some nourishment as well, especially if, I don't think I've watered them yet, but I think it's just their daily schedule that it is time to water them. So just don't forget to water in. Other than that, thank you guys for following. I'll see you guys May 5th, 2020 with the next update on these baby red potatoes from Trader Joe's. So hopefully we will see a substantial amount of progress coming up over the next week or so. I will take timeline pictures, of course, like I always do. That way you guys get filled in on daily progress and stuff like that. So with that being said, this is Mopar for Life saying peace out. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Phyllis. For $250.
What?
Ow.
$250 for this.